All right, right now we're going to get back to the big news in Washington. Fox is told the House is trying to plan a Tuesday vote on both the Build Back Better plan and the infrastructure package. The president announced a scaled-back framework, as you probably heard, for the spending plan before he left for Europe. Well, House Democratic Delegate Stacey Plaskett joins us now. She represents the U.S. Virgin Islands at large and sits on the House Budget Committee. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us. And before we get to the specifics of what's in the bills, will it happen? I mean, will the House vote on both the social spending and the infrastructure bill on Tuesday?
Well, I haven't gotten the news as to what bills will be on the floor and on which days, but I do know that in the past several weeks, members have been talking extensively with one another. House leadership has been speaking with the Senate. The president has spent extensive time talking with members, hearing their concerns in both the House and the Senate, so that we can deliver for the American people a package that is going to not just stimulate our economy, but provide equity, housing, affordable housing, and really do what's necessary to make this country work for everyone.
Okay, so you can't confirm whether or not the vote's going to take place on Tuesday. We'll move forward. Okay, listen, so currently, as you all know, included in the Build Back Better framework is $555 billion for clean energy and climate. Now, we know it's not law yet. How does it play? You know, how is this working? Just being in the framework alone, how does this play ahead of the COP26 summit in Glasgow next week for America as a front runner or guiding light for climate change and for confidence in President Biden as the leader of the free world?
Well, I think that, you know, this takes a huge bite out of what we need to do for climate change. It hasn't gone as far as many people would like, but I think it's a significant leap for us because not only does it reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 by a gigaton, it also creates and supports new jobs, higher paying jobs in the energy sector for Americans and frees us up to continue to be the innovators in this area. So I think that the president should have confidence that he has the backing of both the House and the Senate. Democrats are believing that something needs to be done. And so I think that should bolster him as he goes in front of these other colleagues, the other world leaders, to know that America is on the right track, that we want to do what's right, and that we are going to make our economy adjust to what's needed for climate change.
Okay. I want to talk about some other items that are included in the Build Back Better framework. So let's take a look now. Okay, you've got $400 billion for child care and preschool, $200 billion for child and income tax credits, $150 billion for home care, $150 billion for housing, $130 billion to cover ACA credits, the Affordable Care Act, $100 billion for immigration, plus you've got other items getting it to a $1.7 trillion total. So, Congresswoman Plaskett, I want to know, what do you say to the people who see this simply as a potpourri of handouts that won't impact their daily lives?
Well, I can't see how people can't think that it isn't going to affect their daily lives. We know that the child tax credit, which is a tax credit, not a handout to American families, has reduced child poverty by 50% in this country. Listen, individuals, children living in poverty has a tremendous toll on our economy. Those are children who are not productive in school. They have health issues. Many of them drop out of high school and lead to advancing and being a toll on our penal system in itself. Supporting families with supporting childcare is to help American families, everyday families. You didn't mention elder care. We are trying to bring affordability to hearing aids, to vision in this plan as well. And when it comes to affordable housing, this is for those families that are paying something, but as costs are rising, are unable to meet the needs of a roof over their heads. And so giving them a tax support to be able, and vouchers to be able to have affordable housing is one way that we're doing this, as well as providing support for affordable housing, because we know that America's greatest means of growing wealth, generational wealth, is home ownership, which has eluded so many people. You know, I have young adult children who are working and cannot afford to buy a home. And so we recognize that that's a way to create generational wealth. That's how people leverage to have small businesses, to be able to afford college. This is not a handout. This is America trying to stimulate our economy for those who have been left behind or have been lagging behind, and making sure, let's recall, that we are not advancing the deficit in this bill. We are going to pay for this, and we're paying for it by not just making corporations through stock buybacks, but also for the wealthiest to have part of a share and paying their share. We're not against wealth. We're just against everybody paying their fair share.
So, by the way, the question wasn't meant to put you on your heels. It was to give you an opportunity in this forum to present your argument as to why all Americans should care about what's in the bill and how it affects everybody.
For it because
all right.
I appreciate it, because I understand that so many people see that as just a handout. So I really welcome the question, and I thank you for it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett. Thank you very much.
Thank you.